For our balance class today, you may need a couple blocks, but we're going to start on the ground and work our way up to standing, and then move through a really nice balancing flow as we stand. So start on your back in half Shavasana with me. You can lay all the way down, let your head rest, let your body rest. And sometimes to find our utmost balance, our equanimity, we have to drop in for a moment, checking in with what might already feel like it's a little out of balance. Let's first start by looking at the body, noticing if there's anywhere that you're holding tension today. You can let go of the shoulders, relax the hips a little bit. Try not to grip your feet or squeeze your jaw. Feel the breath move a little more smoothly into the body. Before we start to move, I want you to think about and look at what might be out of balance in your life. And that can be a loaded question, but as you sit here with that for a moment, typically the first thing that comes to mind is what's been irking at you. And when you find that little out of balance thing, I want you to think about that for just a moment. And imagine what it would feel like if this was regulated. If you felt just as good about that as you do about letting go of your tension in your body. Without negative feelings or any guilt or shame over what's out of balance in your life, just acknowledge it, understand it, and consider that you're working on it right now, making your way to finding that life balance. On your inhale, start to stretch your arms over your head and reach your feet down the mat, making your body really long. As you exhale, curl yourself into a little ball and bring your head off the mat. Curling yourself in and up, you can rock side to side a little bit here. Lay on back down and straighten the legs. And if your hamstrings are tight this morning, give them a little rub, give them a little massage, or keep the knees bent. And we'll just play with pedaling out the feet, pointing the toes and flexing the toes, getting a little movement in the ankles. You can do them together or separately. Then we'll take both hands out to a T. Reach through the heels, really trying to straighten those legs. And if stacking the ankles right over the hips does not allow you to have straight legs, and take them down a little bit, but keep your belly button lifted in and up to your spine so that your abs stay really strong and there's no tenting of the belly. It just stays flat and almost hollow, scooped in. So reaching those heels up to the ceiling or taking the heels a little bit further away from the body, reach the legs out straight and long. Flex both feet, and as if you were going to keep your right foot holding up the ceiling, start to gently open that left leg. Without letting your right hip come off the floor, open the left leg and drive the entire right side of the pelvis down onto the mat. Inhale, come back up through center, and we'll try that on the right side. Opening here. Nice. Give that a little feel, a big stretch, and then come all the way back through center. Now we'll try both legs. Opening both legs out wide. Feel the evenness of the weight in the pelvis on both sides. Left side, right side. Reach through the heels. Turn the toes back down to the wood floor. Good. Point the toes. Reach them away from the body. Reaching into opposite corners of the space that you're in. And then let the feet come back to normal, neutral. Slowly start to bring those legs back together. Bring the knees into the chest. Bring the chest up to the knees. We can circle the pelvis or rock around, just kind of finding what feels the best for you. Then we'll come back to the center, let the head come down, take both hands around that left leg, reach the right heel up, find a big hamstring stretch. Then exhale, drive the heel down, reach the heel to the bottom of the mat, press the back of the knee into the mat, keep pulling back on that left leg. Sometimes that left hip will want to hike up here. Keep sending the left hip down as you pull your knee back into your chest. So lots of fun resistance here. Reach to that right heel. Inhale. As you exhale, pull your knee to your chest, pull your chest up to your knee, and you might just stay here. But if you can, reach for your bottom foot. Grab a hold of the bottom of that foot. Keep reaching out through the right leg, and we'll open into a half happy baby. And you might feel that pull the right leg up a little bit. That's okay. Just keep reaching through it. A little half happy baby in the left leg. Opening the knee a little bit. Pull the knee to the chest. Press the chest to the knee. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, squeeze the breath out of the body. Reach through all limbs. Reach through the hand, reach through the heel, reach through the other heel. Reach, reach, reach. One more breath in. Good. Then start to release your left foot. Reach the left foot to the ceiling. Reach the right foot to the wall in front of you. And find your little L shape stretch here. Bend both knees, bring them into your chest. Bring your chest up to your knees. And you can rock, roll, circle, whatever feels good. Let the head come down. Grab a hold of the right shin. Pull it back into your chest. Reach up through that left heel. And then exhale, drive the left heel down. Pull back on the right knee. Really squeezing through that glute, really driving the heel down, trying to find the floor with your heel. Maybe your heel doesn't touch the floor, or maybe it does, but the knee's bent. Neither is wrong, as long as none of that is painful. Reach through all limbs. Big inhale. Exhale, curl yourself up and maybe stay here or grab the bottom of the foot and find half happy baby here on the right side. Keep reaching through the left leg. That stretch might get intense. As long as you can breathe through it, we're good to go. Pulling back on the left knee. Good. Opening through the pelvis. Drive the thigh into the chest. And imagine you're pressing the chest up into the thigh as you're reaching down through the left leg and pressing up through the right leg. Reaching through all your fingertips. Take a deep breath in. Last inhale. As you exhale, release your foot. Start to let go, finding your L-shaped stretch. Reach through both heels. Arms out to a T. Big breath in. From here, bend both knees. Bring them back into the chest. Circle the hips. Rock side to side. Find what feels the best for you. And then we're going to make our way onto all fours. So you can spin yourself over and come onto your hands and knees. From your hands and knees, we're just going to work through our neutral spine and our cat-cow. Starting in neutral, push the floor away from you, round as much as you can, even curling that tail under a little bit more if it's there. Feel the shoulders first. We're going to slide the shoulder blades down the back, giving some space between the neck, but keep them broad. Keep the spine pressing up through the shoulder blades. Then from there, start to lift your tail. Belly button stays in and up to the spine, and we feel the core engage. We feel the low back engage. We feel the pecs engage, pushing the floor away from us. Then bring the head up in line with the shoulders, and we'll move through our cat-cow, neutral spine. Inhale, pull your chest forward, find your big back bend. Then hold that breath in, go back to neutral. Try to find that same thing again. Exhale, round the spine. Push the floor away from you. Curl the chin into the chest, curl the pubic bone in. Keep the breath empty from the body and go back to neutral. Inhale, forward. Back bend. Pause in neutral. Exhale, round. Forward fold. Pause the breath, go back to neutral. We'll do that one again. Inhale, forward. Pause in neutral. Exhale, round. Pause in neutral. Last one. Inhale, forward. Pause in neutral. Exhale, round the spine. Pause in neutral. Tuck your toes under, stretch yourself back for child's pose. Reach the hands up the mat, keep the elbows lifted. Couple big breaths all the way down into the low back. Curling those toes under, rolling the heels together, hands planted, elbows lifted. This is an active child's pose. And then from here, roll your hands back to your knees and we'll come up to standing without using our hands. A nice test of young age. So coming to standing at the top of your mat. Bring your weight in your heels, lift your tail. Let your arms come out beside the body and give the hands a little external rotation so they help to open that shoulder, stretch the pec a little bit. Slide the head back over the heart and reach the head up towards the ceiling. Good. So here you may want blocks for balance or stability. I'm going to demonstrate without, but if you feel the need to grab them, grab them. Start to shift your weight into your left leg and feel that right leg just peel away from the floor, bending the knee, bringing it in and up to the chest. Good. We've been here before. We were just on our backs. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, squeeze the knee in and up to the chest even more. And if you can, grab the knee or the shin, grab it. Pull it into the chest and plant down through that left heel. So really driving the left foot down into the mat, pulling the right knee back into your chest. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, squeeze the breath out of your body. See if you can use your leg to help you squeeze. Balance and stability is fun. Inhale. Exhale, start to release the right leg. Look, mom, no hands. They can come up beside you. I'll turn to the side so you can see. Step your right foot straight back. So reach it back. We're in our high lunge. Bent through our front knee, really straight through our back leg. Reaching back through our heel, finding a good stretch here. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward over the front of your leg. Let yourself just round completely, dropping in here. Inhale, roll yourself all the way up. Feel the stability and balance in that left leg. All the way back up to your high lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms up, take the gaze up, take a little back bend. Then exhale, sweep forward. Let it all go, rounding the spine. If you've got osteoarthritis or any arthritis in the spine, you don't have to round the spine here. What might feel best for you is to roll up, inhale, lift up, take a little back bend, and then exhale, just come back to neutral spine. So even if you bend forward at the hip, keeping that spine really straight. So that might be a fun one to practice for any of you, but especially if you've got some arthritis in the spine. Drop in if you'd like that forward fold. We'll take one more, rolling all the way up. Pausing in our high lunge, lifting the arms up. Taking a little back bend. Let's exhale and this time pause in that neutral spine. Then fully fold, letting the head go, letting the legs go. Spring off that right foot and step your feet together. Drop the head and roll yourself up like a rag doll. Perfect. Bring your weight into your right leg and start to shift from your mountain pose all the way into that right leg and peel the left foot away from the ground, bringing the knee in and up to the chest. Look at that. See if you can squeeze it in a little bit more and wrap the arms around the leg, around the knee, the shin, the ankle, whatever you can get. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, press down through that right foot. As you exhale, squeeze your leg a little closer into your body, helping you to get rid of anything that's unnecessary in your body, getting rid of dead air, dead volume. Good. Without falling out of this, slowly release your hands, release your leg. I'll turn to the side. We're going to step that leg straight back into our high lunge on the right side now. Bending the right knee, lifting up through the left leg, drive that left heel down, belly button in and up to the spine. Feel your lunge. Good stretch on the quadricep. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. You can drop the head, rounding into this hip. That left foot might want to scooch back. That's okay. Roll yourself up here. Feel the strength in your legs, keeping the knee over the ankle. Inhale, arms sweep up. Strong back leg. Exhale, reach back, finding a little back bend. Inhale, pull yourself back through center. And then exhale, start to fold forward. Now remember, if you've got any arthritis in the spine, the forward folding, you don't need any more of. So you can pause here, neutral spine, or even back bend. Or maybe you fold all the way in if you're not afflicted. Press through your legs, roll yourself all the way up. Good. Last one. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, reach them back. We'll come forward and we'll pause for just a moment in that neutral spine, reaching the hands back behind, keeping the spine really flat. Then let it go. Fold over your leg, drop the head. Give a little bounce to that left foot and step the feet together. Fold it in. Slowly start to roll yourself up. Coming into mountain pose, get your blocks ready or your props, whatever you have for stability to bring the floor a little closer to you. We'll come into our mountain pose. Head over heart, heart over the hips, hips over the heels, shoulders externally rotated. Close the eyes here and connect with your Sankalpa. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. As you exhale, lean back, finding your standing back bend. Inhale, come back through center and swan dive to a flat back. Hands on the thighs, push the legs away from you. Reach the crown of the head to the front of the room. Soft bend in the knees if you need to. Inhale. Exhale, deeply bend the knees, and you can bring your hands to the floor, to your blocks, to a chair, but we're going to step back with the right leg. So we'll pick the right foot up, step it way back as far as we can, coming now into this low lunge. In this low lunge, press your chest down into your thigh, and then really reach up through that back leg, driving the heel down, trying to send that left hip back as well. Your hands can come underneath your shoulders, and the elbows will probably be bent here. If you can't get your chest all the way to your thigh, imagine your chest is at your thigh. If you're feeling a lot of pain in the hip flexor, take your foot out a little wider. You might be at a compression point there, so with the foot wider, you might actually have more room to get into this. But if you don't have pain there, it's just uncomfortable, then enjoy the ride. Press your chest down into your thigh. Pull your thigh up into your chest. Keep reaching up through your back leg. Start to peel your hands away from your block, and then reach the arms up towards the front edge of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, sweep the hands back. Keep pressing the chest down. This is kind of a break here. Inhale, reach the arms back up. And exhale, slide them back. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, bring the hands down to your blocks, to the floor, whatever's there. Slowly start to straighten that front leg. Build your neutral spine here. So maybe you come up on your blocks or your chair. Your front leg is straight, your back leg is straight, and now your spine becomes straight. Leveling out the hips. You can even reach back and feel your pelvis. Notice if you're contorted to the left, you can drive that right hip down. If your right hip's sagging, really lift up through your back toe. Find your neutral spine, tail lifted, ribs dropped, belly button in and up to the spine, reach through the crown of the head. Bend the left knee. Crawl your blocks forward, give a little bounce or a spring off your back toe to come forward. Let it all go in your ragdoll, and we'll start to roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Back to mountain pose. Back to your Sankalpa. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, take a back bend, reach back, gaze comes up. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, swan dive into a flat back. Flat back. Take one more breath in. Then as you exhale, deeply bend both knees. Find your blocks or the mat. Weight in the right leg. We'll lift the left foot up and step it back as far as we can. Start to walk your blocks back underneath the shoulders and keep an eye on this right knee. The right knee is still over the right ankle. Press the right hip back, lift up through that left knee. Drive your chest down into your leg. And then think about pulling your leg up into your chest, really creating some resistance here in the hip. This hip might be totally different than the other hip, which is more normal than not. So find what this hip needs. As you feel ready, peel your hands away from your block. Keep your spine strong. Reach the arms up the mat. Exhale, send them back down the mat. Inhale, swim up. Exhale, reach back. Last one. Inhale, swim up. Exhale, reach back. Inhale, swim up. And then exhale, drop the hands down to your blocks. Start to straighten your front leg, pushing off the blocks. You might feel a little rounded here, but now we'll grow our spine long, reaching the crown of the head away from the tail, sending the right hip back, pressing up through that left knee. Good. Maybe you do this with or without hands, depending on your challenge today. We'll give a little spring off the left toes, step forward, hang. Inhale, roll it up for ragdoll. Coming all the way up to mountain pose, find your Sankalpa. Find your breath, feel those legs. On your inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive to a flat back. You can remove your blocks. You don't need them. Take an inhale here. And exhale, bend both knees, plant both hands. Walk yourself back. If you'd like to take a downward dog, you can, but we're going to meet in that child's pose where our heels are together and our toes are tucked under, getting a nice stretch there. The arms are extended out in front of you and the elbows are lifted. Deeply flexing the shoulders, drop the head down. Roll yourself all the way back to all fours. We're going to do just a little bit of core stability before we go. Support your wrist however feels nice for you. Back to our all fours. Round the entire spine. Let the head drop, let the tail curl under. Roll the shoulder blades down the back, but keep your spine pressing through and start to lift the tail. Perfect. Inhale, lift the head in line with the hips and start to shift your weight into your left hand and your right knee. So I want you to feel left hand, right knee taking the weight. Keep your belly button in and up to the spine and start to peel your left knee and your right hand away from the mat, and as slow as you can stand it, extend that left leg back behind you and flex the right shoulder, reaching the arm out in front of you. Try to keep both hips facing the ground, both shoulders facing the ground. Stay really strong through that left shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, pull it in, round the spine, tap knee to elbow, and then release, come back to all fours. Pause. Other side. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Weight in the right hand, left knee. Start to peel the right knee and left hand away from the mat, finding your belly button in and up to your spine, really engaged. Then slowly, sneakily, reach your left hand up the mat, reach the right leg down the mat, extending yourself out, big stretch, push the floor away, find as close to neutral as you can here. Inhale, then exhale, curl it all in, tap the knee to the elbow, and then send it back to all fours. Just one little slow motion crunch. You can rock your hips side to side, getting a little stretch down the outside of that leg, outside of the glute. Those legs worked hard today. Come back through center. Bring your big toes together and take your knees out wide. We'll sit back for child's pose. This time your arms don't have to be active. You can let your head rest on your hands. Let your belly rest between your thighs. Taking a couple deep breaths here. Think back to how we started class. The word equanimous means finding that balance and peace of mind no matter what's going on around you. It's that center that lives inside you always. Practicing yoga, practicing actual balancing movements translates. Being and practicing balance in the midst of a chaotic mind, chaotic surroundings, or a chaotic world helps us become more resilient to stress, to excitement, nervousness. Know that you have the tools to find equanimity and to create that on and off the mat. From our child's pose, we'll peel ourselves up slowly and then make your way onto your back. We'll take just a little Shavasana, just a little rest here. After work like that, it is really nice to support the hips. So if you've got a blanket or if you want to use your blocks, a little support way under the hips, like sitting bone support, so that you can let your legs rest over and get a little stretch to those hip flexors that we turned on and we really worked today. And you can feel your rib cage relax into the floor, kind of helping that core stability that we worked on. We don't have to use the core right now. We can actually just let go of any tension in the hips and the legs and the core. Close the eyes and check in. Recheck. Use your mind's eye to find the pulse in your body. Visualize that pulse. Wherever you feel it is fine. Wherever you feel it the loudest, the most, that can be the epicenter. And from that center, start to spread your awareness all the way out from that pulse. Spreading wide through the body. Through the torso, the arms and legs. Feel your whole body as a pulse. If you catch your mind drifting, problem solving, bring it right back to this pulse. Find gratitude in your heart for this heartbeat, this life force that just keeps you moving, helps you rest and relax, helps you keep going. If you can stay here for a while, continuing to practice equanimity, then do it. But if you must go, start to move the body. Moving your fingers, moving your toes, finding movement in your wrists and your ankles and your knees and your elbows. Finding movement in your hips and your shoulders and your spine. Then you can make your way onto your side and just pause there for a moment. Pausing to reconnect with your Sankalpa. Pausing to reconnect with your equanimity. And then when you're ready to come up, find a comfortable seat and bring your hands to your heart center. Take a breath of gratitude for your mind, your body, and your spirit. Thank you for showing up today. Namaste.